What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wicked Sports. This is At the Buzzer, and we're joined, as always, by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing on this trade deadline?
It's good. What's wild is some huge trades have already happened, but we still have 2 days left.
Oh my god.
So who knows, man? I think right now I'm good so far. We'll see how I feel in 2 days.
Yeah. So, what's the biggest trade from today? You think?
Ooh, there are two that I think would contest. I think one would have to be the Domantas Sabonis slash Tyrese Halliburton swap, as well as the CJ McCollum to the Pelicans trade. I think if I had to pick like of those two, I would go Tyrese Halliburton, Domantas Sabonis for sure.
All right. Well, so I guess let's start off with the Pelicans trade. How
Sure.
does this affect them going forward from where they're at?
I think that's a fair question because I don't even think they know, honestly. In with this trade, really limits their future flexibility, puts them a lot closer to the hard cap in the next couple of years, and basically is betting on CJ McCollum to be like one of the top three between Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, who we don't even know if he's coming back this year or not.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think CJ is good, but is CJ that good? Like, is CJ better than Lonzo Ball of last year? And I don't know if that's true. Um,
Right.
the Pelicans also give up some defensive assets in like Josh Hart. Nikhil Alexander Walker has been a decent starting point guard for them. But I don't know, man. I don't think that was a great move, if I'm being honest. I think I understand what they were trying to do, but I don't know. I think they gave up too much for it. They gave two first round picks. Oh, I'm sorry. A protected first round pick and two second round picks. So I think like that is what it is basically. The first round pick is expected. They have a lot of young guys. They don't need to continue to add to that. But I think the biggest losses there are probably Josh Hart and Nikhil Alexander Walker, basically just for CJ McCollum.
Yeah. So I guess does this kind of point to there and like we want to win right now, and this is the best way we think we could do it, or what are your thoughts here?
I think it's their attempt at building around Zion so he's happy and wants to stay past the end of his rookie contract, which is up after next season. Um, to be honest with you, I don't. I think this was more of a panic move.
Right.
I don't. I feel like they could have gotten more than what they did for a similar package elsewhere. To be honest with you, I think to be honest, if you sent that package to the Brooklyn Nets for James Harden, I think they would have done that. Um, so
Right.
I think that's a
Would
hot
you?
take.
That would be better in your opinion.
I would say,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. Because you got a guy who can shoot off the ball. Again, CJ is a great scorer. CJ is a great player, but he's not like James Harden caliber. You know, he's like, for Celtics reference, he's like Jaylen Brown caliber. I don't know if he's really gonna. I would actually take Jaylen Brown over CJ. I think. So I don't know, man. I don't think that was a. I think it was kind of a panic. Like this is the best we can get, I guess, and just kind of like not great ownership, which has always been an issue with New Orleans. Like when Anthony Davis wanted to leave, when Boogie Cousins left, we're just kind of it's kind of cyclical, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's tough. There's not a market that people seem to want to play for. I mean, not since like the Chris Paul days where he stayed
Right.
for a while.
hmm
That was yeah. I was like, wait, that wasn't Charlotte, right? No, but that
They were
was
the Hornets. Yeah,
yeah. They were
yeah.
the Hornets. It
That's
messed up
why.
my mind for a moment. I was like, wait, what
Right.
is this timeline?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hold up. Wait a minute.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on the other big trade from today that you brought up?
Oh man, the other trade just straight up. I think Kings fans like are notorious on Twitter for
They're
just
really
like
happy. They love
yeah.
it. It's
That's
great.
yeah. They're yeah. I I feel for them. I really do. They were like, wow, we have this excellent backcourt and Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. We would probably rather keep Tyrese Halliburton because he's younger and has more room to grow. De'Aaron Fox has kind of reached his climax and he's like okay. And they honestly are around the same skill level, like overall, I would say. And then the Kings were like, yeah, we know you really like this guy, so we're actually going to get rid of him. How I imagine if 2 years ago, Danny Ainge was like, yeah, we have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's great, but Jason Tatum has a lot more potential, so we're going to trade Jason Tatum. Like it would drive me nuts. And it's going to leave a lot of Kings fans probably thinking, like, what if, like, in 2 years down the line, if Halliburton is, like, GOAT level, then it's going to be, I mean, he won't be, don't get me wrong, but he's going to be probably top 20 player in the league, potentially. Um, I think Kings fans are going to be just, like, smashing their head through a wall. Um, so the trade there also, I just skipped over this. The trade is essentially Montes Sabonis from the Pacers, Jeremy Lamb and Justin Holiday, and a 2027 second round pick, so essentially nothing, for Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, which is an underrated aspect of this deal, and Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson stinks. He's a glass eater. He'll be coming off the bench most likely. But the Buddy Hield shooting ability and his general disdain for the Kings franchise as a whole will be huge, I think, overall for the Pacers on this rebuild, because you got a couple of young dudes. Buddy Hield's like 27, and Tyrese is like 20, if not 19 years old. So I think this is a great start to their rebuild. I just think the Kings are stupid, and that was dumb.
Yeah,
if you swap Halliburton for Fox, I think this trade makes a lot more sense, because Domantas Sabonis is no scrub by any means. He's great offensive producer. He can facilitate a little bit, and he's a glass eater. Like he can put up 20 rebounds any particular night. So I don't know. Again, if you swap Halliburton for De'Aaron Fox, I think people on the Kings fan base side would be like a lot happier with this trade.
No, I think, like we said earlier, Kings fans are just not happy today. And
I feel for them, man.
Yeah.
That sucks.
They've had a rough go of it, really.
Yeah. Forever.
Since Mike Bibby was on the team, Ron Artest, Mike Bibby.
That's vintage.
The days
yeah.
For the Kings, and they just have not been able to get anything back to where they were in like the early 2000s. So tough scene, as always. Any other trade stuff you want to talk through before we get on out of here today?
At the time of recording, I think it'll be interesting to note down the line, the Brooklyn Nets are holding James Harden out of tonight's game against the Celtics. So I mean, he's not injured, he's not hurt at all. There's no health and safety protocols. It's just they're holding him out, which means probably something's in the works here. I think it'll be interesting to see.
So if he gets traded again this year, will he automatically become like shredded? Like he lost a lot of weight last year after he got traded in one day. So I assume he's gonna come out there with just like completely ripped if he gets traded again. Yeah.
Absolutely. He's gonna go under like the Carmelo Anthony treatment, where when he went from essentially being off the NBA to the bubble in Portland, and he was like a twig. Like it's essentially that. Expect that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the highlights of last year's trade deadline.
I think so.
Was his immediate weight loss. Still trying to figure out how he did that, so I can copy the.
Yeah, let me know.
But
give me a call, James.
Ridiculous. Please. Oh man! All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. Obviously, a James Harden move, that'll be huge news. Like, especially considering what the Nets thought they were putting together just last year. And
Kyrie Irving, surprise, surprise, ruined it all. So here we are.
Shocking. I can't believe he would do that.
Who could have predicted
out of character for Kyrie Irving.
I'm in utter shock.
Mm-hmm. We're definitely not two bitter Celtics fans, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. What are you talking about? Actually, there's a stat. I don't have the exact numbers, but basically ever since Kyrie stomped on Lucky the Leprechaun's logo, the Nets have had really bad injury troubles and have gone on like the record is like very losing. It's like not good since that. Okay. So, I mean, Kyrie, this is your fault, basically. Sorry.
I mean,
let's leave it at that.
Can't disagree there.
Sorry. It's just facts.
You can't stomp on Lucky. That was too far, Kyrie. Too far.
Unbelievable.
Oh man.
Unacceptable.
All right, Jack. Where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is on Twitter. That's @Jack_Tiernan. You can also find me on Instagram, my disc golf account. I'll plug that. That's @JackDiscGolfs. I'll have a lot of disc golf content going on as I continue to play in tournaments.
Awesome. Go follow him there. Both places, obviously. You can follow me on Twitter @TheFakeBMartin. BMARR. Our channel is on Twitter @WeGetSport and also @WG Everything. Main channel is youtube.com/wickedgoodeverything. This channel is youtube.com/wickedgoodsports. We're on Instagram at wickedgoodeverything, Twitch, twitch.tv/wickedgoodeverything, and on TikTok. Search Wicked Sports. Search Wicked Everything. Jack, thank you so much for your time.
Brian, thank you as always.
And we'll see you all in the next one.